tardes. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien. Why do I have random spots on my face, you may ask? Well, this isn't my first time recording this video. I actually started the video before and I spent 9 minutes talking about nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I didn't want to have to edit some bullshit. So I just decided to start over. Okay. As you can tell by my voice, I'm sick. And I have to take these huge pills twice a day. I'll show you. Twice a day. And that might not sound like a plight, for some people, but I'm a pussy. I don't like taking medicine, and so for me it has really been a struggle. And like I recorded myself taking one of the pills because I forgot actually, and when I was doing the other version the first version of this, I recorded myself taking the pill, and it took me like literally probably like a good 30 seconds to actually swallow it because I'm such a punani. I have to fucking like be like, okay, I'm about to swallow it, I'm about to swallow it, I'm about to swallow it, I'm about to swallow it. And yeah, it takes me forever. Any old motherfucking way. As you can see, or as you know, I haven't been here for a while. And the reason why I spent 9 minutes talking about not a damn thing is because whenever I haven't filmed for a really long time, it feels like it feels so weird getting back into the groove of it. It's almost like, is there no foundation in here? I can't tell. It looks really empty though. Okay. I can't, it's like I've never made a video before. Every time I don't know what to talk about, even though there's so much to talk about. Obviously I've been gone for 2 months. Anyway, so okay, this is a match. This is a new shade. I'm using coconut. Usually this shade is way too dark for me. Like, even when I am doing marching band at school, which I won't be doing any motherfucking more because I graduated. I will never do that again because I'm a graduated ass bitch, but that's neither here nor there. When I wasn't a graduated ass bitch and I had to give my time to do that bullshit, I was always like really dark during fall semester, and usually spicy brown would do the trick. Bitch, I went to Cuba and that just didn't cut it. It looked like, by the time I got back home, it looked like I was just putting a bunch of this on my face. Anyway, so I graduated and literally the day after graduation, I flew to Cuba to go on a school trip for 17 days. I had a really great time. Why didn't I make vlogs? Why didn't I record myself? Why didn't I do this and that? Well, Cuba just got internet like 3 fucking weeks ago. Well, okay, but when I was there, they had just gotten it like 3 weeks ago. So their whole setup, and it wasn't even like for the locals, it was for tourists. So their whole setup was just really strange. Like the whole concept of Wi-Fi, like there's no free Wi-Fi anywhere. That just did not exist. The whole thing was strange. I couldn't get, it was worse than China, because at least in China, like, it's easy to get Wi-Fi. You just pay for it if you want it at any given time, and then whenever you want to use it, you use it. Not the case in Cuba, let me tell you. So they told us that the Wi-Fi situation was gonna be whack, but they didn't say how whack. And me, having spent 4 months in China, I thought that I had seen the most wackest of situations. And I'm like, oh, this is just another communist country. Like, I've been to a communist country before. I know how it's set up now. No matter how like adapted you think you are to going to other cultures, which I don't know why I thought that, like, since I went somewhere one time for four months, granted, why I thought I was a fucking expert. But that's what I thought I was, a fucking expert. No. Do your research. Do your research on anywhere you go. That is the biggest lesson I learned from this trip. But any fucking way, the Wi-Fi setup. Okay. So, you had these little fucking cards that you had to buy, right? And really, you could only buy them at hotels. And most hotels, they would charge you, because you buy a card for an hour, right? And most hotels, they were on some other shit. You would buy the card. The card would be $3 for an hour. And then you could only use that card in the hotel. There was only one hotel. There was like a 15-minute walk from where our apartments where we were staying. And they charged $1. And you could use it anywhere. Like, I could use it even in my house or in the apartment that I was staying at. But the thing is, because they were the only, like, situation that was set up like that for, like, miles and miles and miles, they were always running out of cards. And they always had to keep a certain amount available for their guests. So, and then it didn't help that the one bitch that was working there one time, there was like a group of them there working at the front desk, and so our money is worth more over there, obviously. Like, American money is worth a lot more in a lot of places. In China, when I fucking transferred $140 of my money, I got like 1,000 kwai back. 1,000 fucking kwai. Okay. So I'm thinking, and this is again, do your fucking research, because my bitch ass was blindsided. I thought it was going to be the same setup. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to be balling in this bitch. And, like, granted, it wasn't that expensive to be there, but I did not, the exchange rate was fucked. Only because I'm American. So when you go over there, if you're American, because we got all that beef happening, and it doesn't make it any better, because now I think there's like, what, a fucking embargo now, a travel ban. If you go over there with American money, the money is worth more, but they charge you an American tax. Because you're fucking American, you're dealing with American money, they charge you like a 13% tax, so you get less money back, and that angered me like no other. You could find some people who would, like, give you, like, I found someone one time, we went to a place, and he, like, let me exchange money for 10% tax. But still, that shit blew me, yo. That shit fucking blew me. But anyway, I love Cuba. Now, granted, my first couple of days there, it was whack. I didn't like it. I was like, yo, I'm ready to go the fuck home. But it was only because I was just not accustomed to the whole Wi-Fi thing. I missed talking to my sister and my friends, because it wasn't like China where, like, I could talk to people. All I needed was the VPN, and I could talk to whoever I wanted to. The thing about Cuba was, unless you were in a place like a hotel, the Wi-Fi was always like some shit. So, for instance, yeah, this is, I'm gonna need more. I might need to mix this, actually. This is all new makeup that I'm trying right now. But, so if, say, like, I would buy like 5 Wi-Fi cards at a time and, like, use them very sparingly. And when you don't have access to Wi-Fi like that, it just makes you, I didn't really take a lot of pictures. When you don't have access to Wi-Fi like that, it just makes you less inclined to take pictures, for me at least, because it's like, I'm not gonna be able to post these for like, I don't even know. So you would buy the Wi-Fi card, and me and my roommate, because the trip contained, there was probably like 20 of us on the trip, give or take 20. We all lived in these apartments, and we all had host families. My host family, I loved them. Loved them. They're amazing. Can't say the same for the other people on the trip. Some of the other people were like, yo, my host family is whack as fuck. And that's really tragic because I loved mine, especially my host mom. She was so nice to me. Like, we just like developed this bond. And mind you, they didn't speak any English. That was the best part because I could like practice my Spanish. Mind you, it was like really hard to communicate sometimes. One time I was crying really bad because like I couldn't talk to anybody because the Wi-Fi situation. Okay, I keep jumping. This was the thing. Whenever you get a Wi-Fi card, if you came back to anywhere else but the hotel, there was no guarantee that the Wi-Fi like connection would be up. That was the most frustrating shit. Especially the Wi-Fi that I had in my apartment was so bad. It would come on once in a blue moon. Eventually I got the Wi-Fi password from one of my friends, and their Wi-Fi was always up. But the thing was, if you like went and had your card, you would put your card information on one of those Wi-Fi networks that were like always up. A lot of people had that password to that thing, and if you had your card information while someone else was on that network, they could use your time, which is fine, like it's whatever. But with these cards, you were supposed to be able to like log out. Like if you didn't want to use your whole hour at once, you should have been able to like log out and whatever. Okay, if someone was still on that network, you wouldn't be logged out. Even if you tried to log out yourself, someone would still be using it. That blew me. I hated that, yo. But yeah, so that was jacked. So I really wasn't on my phone like that. I wasn't on my phone like that, like, and none of us were, because we were all in the same predicament. Like, if we were on our phone, it was just to play a game while we were like on the bus going somewhere, or we were just looking at pictures that we took. We weren't talking to people, we weren't doing this and that, because there was nothing we could do because there was no fucking service. And that's the thing, I kept my phone on airplane mode the whole time, so, because there was no point in like having anything but airplane mode, because I didn't do anything. And also I didn't want to have to deal with like roaming charges or whatever. These are like some new sponges that I bought. And if you see me raising my arms and I don't shave, and this is your first time ever watching a video of mine, I don't shave my armpits. And I feel like I need to make a video about that or something, because I keep seeing, not like all the time, but here and there, people like leaving me comments as if I don't know that I don't shave my own fucking armpits. And people really think it's like because of this huge feminist thing, and it's just really not that deep. I just don't give a fuck. Anyway, so I got really sick. 13 minutes into this video, and I'm finally fucking telling you. I got really sick. Why? I don't know. If you don't know anything about Cuba, let me tell you something. You can't drink the water. So, and I had heard stories about people getting like fucking E. coli from like the water and shit. So I was always really wary about what even like my mom, she told me that some bitch got sick just from using the water to brush her fucking teeth. I thought that was OD. I'm looking in the mirror, by the way. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be like that strict, because what the fuck am I gonna use? Whenever you wanted to drink clean water, you had to buy it. That's what I forgot. I forgot to buy a contour stick. Ain't that a damn shame? forgot to buy a contour stick. Yeah, so the water was bad. The water is bad. And you had to buy water every time you wanted to drink it. I only drank bottled water. I never risked it. And I didn't even like risk drinking boiled water. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm just gonna buy. Because I didn't get any coli. Like, I didn't want any reason to get sick. Still got sick. But, and this was the thing too. All my friends were getting sick around me. Everybody was getting sick. And I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not getting sick. I refuse. And I kept saying that shit. That was probably my downfall. Because I kept saying, I refuse to get sick. Well, the universe showed me a thing or two. But, so, what was the sickness? What is the sickness? Because, bitch, I'm not better. I'm still taking these pills. So what is the sickness that I have? Right now, it's really mild. Obviously, I have like a little cough, a little bit. I have to clear my throat. Obviously, I can't soft speak really that well because my voice is really raspy, which actually might be good for ASMR. I'm not really sure. Me personally, I hate a raspy ass sounding bitch. So like, this isn't optimum for me. I don't like raspy sounding voices. I think they're really annoying. But this is just who I am right now. Anyway, so I can't even remember what I was talking about. Okay, so obviously I need to speak a little lower. Okay, so basically while I was over there, like I said with the water shit, I was trying like to avoid being sick so bad because everybody kept getting sick around me. Not from the water, but just like from, I think from the extreme temperature. It was so fucking hot over there all the time. It was so hot all the time. And it would be like, we would go from extremes. Like we would go from like extreme heat outside to being in an extremely conditioned, air-conditioned classroom. And our American asses, I just feel like our bodies weren't prepared for that at all. So, but like I said, me trying to my hardest not to be sick obviously worked against me because I got the sickest in the whole group because everybody would just have like a headache, a cough, like their sinuses would be fucked up. Bitch, I had a fever for like a week, like a debilitating ass fever. And when I got home, how do I only have 20% left? When I got home, it was so bad. Like, okay, let me tell you the events leading up. Why I think I got sick. I think I got sick because of our strict schedule regimen that we were on in Cuba. I didn't think we were gonna be doing so much shit. We were doing so much shit every fucking day. I was there because like I graduated, right? I'm not taking this shit for credit. I went there to learn Spanish and have fun. Well, that wasn't what happened. That wasn't what happened at all. We had like this strict ass fucking regulated schedule. What do I mean by that? Be more specific. Okay. Basically, so our house parents, ours had breakfast ready every day at 7:30. 7:30, breakfast was ready. So I had to wake up. I had to be at least halfway ready because obviously I like to beat my fucking face. So I would be like usually like halfway done with my makeup by the time we ate breakfast or something like that. Or I'd be done with everything but my makeup. And then after breakfast, I'd do my makeup and then leave. So after breakfast, we had class from 8:30 to 12:30. Spanish class every fucking day. Well, actually, No, Monday through Thursday, Spanish class, 8:30 to 12:30. And I don't know if that sounds hard. It was hard. It was so hard to stay awake, to keep my attention span. In China, it was kind of like the same deal, but not really, because I had class from 8 o'clock to 11:20. So it was like an hour less. Any fucking way. So you would think after a full day of classes, we would be able to do whatever the fuck we want. No. We would get like an hour and 30-minute window. No. A 2-hour and 30-minute window to get lunch. And then we would have some sort of tour or like museum walk or something planned that would always take minimum 5 hours for whatever reason. Minimum 5 hours. So we'd be gone all day, fam. And after class, it was really, really like shitty, because I'm not saying that the trip was shitty. I loved class. I loved my teacher. But it was just really like draining, because you're already up at like 7:30 before that, because I take a long time to get ready. So, I was already up at 7. I was up at 6:40, And by the time you got a break, it was like I had to choose between either eating or fucking taking a nap. Because if I didn't take a fucking nap, I would be asleep on those tours, fam. Like, I'm talking about walking tours. I would be in this bitch. Like, I'd be walking around like half awake. One time my teacher like nudged me because I was falling asleep while we were walking around and having like this tour guide talk to us, and I felt like a dick, obviously, because this tour guide is giving us our time. But at the same time, I'm like, bruh, I've been awake since like 6:40, and like I had a full day of class and I'm still not done. This is blowing me. So, and obviously after we're done with that, we're in Cuba. We're not about to just go to bed. The first week, we drank every fucking night. Drank, went out, partied every fucking night. I was drunk off my ass every night. The first night was the worst, actually, because I underestimated, like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I don't know why, but I got so fucked up the first night. I almost didn't go to class. The first day of class, I almost didn't go. I was so hungover that day. It was a mess. But anyway, so the first week, we drank every day. I think over the weekend, we went to this place called Vinales. And it was more of a countryside, because we were staying in the city. But Vinales was more of a countryside. And, so when we were there, a couple of us decided to take a break from the drinking. That lasted for 2 days. I think I didn't touch a drink for 2 days, and then I was back on that shit. But yeah, so I think honestly what got me sick was just because I would go to bed no earlier than 1 or 2 a.m. every day, but I would also wake up at 6:40 to get ready for class and then have a full day of shit. It just wasn't. I ran my body into the ground. I ran my body into the fucking ground. And what really did it was when we took a trip to Trinidad. Not the country, but there's a place in Cuba called Trinidad. It's a countryside, really beautiful, really fucking pretty. But I got so fucked up. I was having a really good night, and then I got in my feelings about something. And we went to a club in a cave. It was great. I loved it. But we went to a club in a cave, and I got into my feelings about something, and I wasn't having a good time anymore, but I didn't want to be that person to be sitting around while everybody was having fun. So I started drinking more. I drank way too much that night, way too much. And I was dancing so hard because I was in my feelings, but when I was dancing, I wasn't thinking about the thing that had me in my feelings. But also we were in a hot, sweaty ass cave, and and I had already had a sore throat before, which is always an indication for me that I'm getting sick. I already had a sore throat and everything like that, so I really had no business partying that hard or in an environment. All I know is the morning or that night I had a fever, but I didn't even realize I had a fever because I was so fucking hungover, or I was so fucking drunk. I didn't realize I caught a fever, like, just out of the blue. I was so hot that night, and then I woke up the next day and I was like, damn, I think I had a fucking fever, bruh. And this bitch that I was like, because like whenever we went to the countryside, when we were in the city, we only shared a room with one other person, but when we went to the country, we shared a house with like 2 other people, so it'd be like 4 people per house. And this bitch that we were sharing a house with, she was like, well, we're all hot. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion, but no, it was a fucking fever, like I thought. And I just proceeded to have that fever. Like, it would go away during the day because I would take medicine, but at night, oh my god, it was the worst. It got so bad, like to the point where I was like walking around holding ice on my neck and on my face because I was just in agony. And then on top of that, my throat hurt so bad I couldn't even talk. I could not even talk because it hurt so bad to talk. My roommate was so nice though. She, like, when we got back to the city, my parents tried everything that they could to help me. I don't know why I'm adding this orange, but I'm adding this orange. My house parents, they were like so worried. And they were like giving me medicine and like all that. They were so worried about me. They were trying everything that they could think of to like get me to feel better, and nothing was working. And it just got to the point where I was like, you know what, as soon as I get back to the States, I have to go to a doctor. Because I would just be good, but only as long as the medicine was in my system. And as soon as the medicine left my system, I would just get worse and worse and worse and worse, and it was crazy. And I couldn't talk. The worst that my throat felt was on the plane ride from Florida back home, because the air was on really heavy on the plane, and I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I was like I couldn't even swallow. My throat felt so bad. So yeah, as soon as I got back home, I went straight to the doctor. And I don't have like medical insurance right now because I'm a dumbass bitch and I didn't update my shit, but I need to get that soon. But I didn't have medical insurance, so they didn't like they did like one test to see if I had strep throat. I didn't have strep throat. So the lady was like, you know, since you don't have insurance, I'm not gonna make you pay for like all these tests. I'll just prescribe you to get antibiotics. And when she said that, I was like, oh, thank God, like, I'll get the antibiotics, everything will be cool, everything will be Gucci. Well, bitch, tell me why, as soon as I came back, I couldn't eat. She prescribed me the antibiotics, I couldn't eat. Like, it hurt to eat. And I was also coughing up, like, green shit. It was just fucking crazy. So I couldn't eat. Whenever I tried to eat, I would throw up. So, because, like, the first night, my grandmother kept pestering me to take the antibiotics, and I'm like, I don't think I should take it because I can't even eat right now. She's like, no, you need to take it. Bless her heart. So I drink some ginger ale, trying to calm my stomach, and then I'm eating apple juice, trying to eat little pieces of bread, took the antibiotics, drank a bunch of, it said to like take it with like a bunch of water, so that's what I did. Threw it all up. And like for the next, and I was so hungry too. It wasn't like I wasn't hungry. I was in agony because I was so hungry, but I could not eat. For the next 3 days, I barely ate anything. I had to work up my appetite to be able to eat again. And then I had to work up my strength because this is TMI, but I came on my period during all of this. And so I was just in pain the whole time because I couldn't take any medicine because I couldn't keep anything down except for like like a bite of bread. And when your body is running off of like 2 bites of bread for like 3 days straight, that is some shit. Like, all I could do is drink water, and like it wasn't even like full, like it was like sips of water every couple hours was all I could take. It was torture, but I was pissed though. And I think honestly that's what brought me out of that sickness the most, because I was like, it's not going down like this. I was supposed to start working as soon as I got back. I was supposed to start making money moves as soon as I got back. Obviously, I don't want like a real job right now, because I want to go back to China and like volunteer. So wasn't making like for real money moves. I'm not trying to make for real job moves. I'm trying to make money, but I don't want to be in like a for real like position. So I'm not looking for like a job to like start my career right now, but because I want to be able to leave it at any given point, because I'm not done traveling. But yeah, after I threw up, I was pissed. Like the last time that I threw up, I was like, it's not going down like this. Like you can do whatever you're gonna do. That's cute, but you're wearing out your welcome. Yeah. Okay, so I cut it off because I was just rambling way too much and not getting my makeup done, and I actually need to go to the bank to talk about some shit. But basically, long story short, the sickness is and was some bullshit. I am slowly recovering though. Yeah, I had to go through my whole period without medication because I couldn't take it down, and I never do that because my period cramps are so bad. They make me throw up, and I usually can't go to class, stuff like that. So it was just really bad, all around, just really bad. But like I said, I got really angry because like when I feel like things stop me from doing things, something out of my control stops me from doing something, I might take it for a few days, but then eventually I get pissed off. And when I kept throwing up and I wasn't able to eat, I was just getting more and more angry. And I was like, no, it's not going down like this. And so I was like pushing myself every day to eat a little bit more, or like try to get up and like do something, because like getting up was so hard for me. It took a lot of strength just to get up out of bed. And then when I finally could eat, it was like exhausting to chew. And then it like was exhausting for my body to digest it. It was just really freaking crazy. But yeah, you can't tell from, I feel like on camera, on my phone, this looks like a good match, but this shit is too dark. In like the natural, you can tell right here, the natural lighting, you can tell like on camera it looks light, but in the natural lighting it looks so dark. I don't know what to do. I might wear a turtleneck today. But yeah. So this is my getting back into the swing of things video. I'm gonna post a face painting video first, roleplay, because that's what I said I was gonna do, and I'm trying to like stick to that. I know it was like 2 months ago when I said that, but I'm still trying to like stick to that. I said the next video that I post is gonna be a face painting roleplay that was requested, and that's exactly what I'm gonna fucking do. So after I get back from doing my hair, oh my god. After I get back from doing all my errands, I'm gonna do that. Oh my god. Bitch. Just kill me. Okay, just kill me. I don't deserve to live. looks so bad. Ooh. I bought a new lipstick. Not this, but I tried it on and well, I'll try it again. It's called Crazy for Coffee. I really want nude shades. This ain't it, but it might be it with another color. That looks a lot better. I don't think it's good for this makeup look, but I'm gonna keep it on and learn from my mistakes. I don't even remember how to make a thumbnail. Isn't that sad?